Imagine being at the height of your career, only to be charged with involuntary manslaughter. What happens next? Picture this. On the set of a film called Rust, a prop gun fires a live round. The bullet strikes the cinematographer, and in the blink of an eye, a life is lost. The person holding the gun? None other than Hollywood actor Alec Baldwin. A wave of disbelief sweeps across the nation. How could this have happened? The aftermath of this tragic incident is rife with confusion and controversy. Baldwin adamantly denies pulling the trigger, asserting that he merely released the hammer of the prop gun. The question on everyone's lips: how did live rounds end up on a movie set, a place where safety should be paramount? The answers remain elusive. But as the dust settles, one thing becomes painfully clear. This was no ordinary accident. Baldwin, an actor at the peak of his career, now finds himself in the center of a legal storm. This tragic accident has now escalated into a high-profile court case, with Baldwin facing involuntary manslaughter charges. From a tragic accident to a courtroom, how did we get here? The journey has been as complex as it is controversial. It all began on the set of Rust over 2 years ago, when a prop gun fired a live round, claiming the life of a cinematographer and injuring the director. Alec Baldwin, holding the gun, was at the epicenter of this tragedy. The immediate aftermath was filled with shock and sorrow, but soon questions began to arise. How did live rounds end up on a movie set? Who was responsible for the safety checks? And in the middle of these swirling queries, there was Baldwin, both an actor and a producer of the film, bearing a significant share of the responsibility. The original case against Baldwin was dismissed in April of the same year, providing a brief respite for the actor. But the wheels of justice were still turning. The grand jury in New Mexico revisited the details of the case, taking into account the complications and nuances. There were differing opinions on the responsibilities of actors and crew members, and the mystery of the live rounds remained unresolved. In this process, Baldwin's role as a producer came under scrutiny. As a producer, he had an elevated level of responsibility for on-set safety. The armorer and assistant director should have checked the gun's chamber and demonstrated its safety to Baldwin. But the presence of live rounds on set indicated a breach in safety protocols. The assistant director was also charged, while the man who sent the ammunition to the set faced a lawsuit. In the end, the grand jury made the decision to indict Baldwin on a charge of involuntary manslaughter. The indictment carries a potential sentence of up to 18 months in prison. Baldwin's lawyers stated that they look forward to their day in court, implying a battle is on the horizon. Now that Baldwin has been indicted, the question on everyone's mind is what's next? Facing up to 18 months in prison if convicted, what does the future hold for Alec Baldwin? As the grand jury in New Mexico has indicted him on charges of involuntary manslaughter, the stakes have never been higher for the Hollywood star. The potential consequences for Baldwin are significant. If convicted, he could face up to 18 months in jail, a $5,000 fine, and a mandatory 5-year jail sentence due to an additional firearms enhancement charge. However, this is not just about the legal implications. The incident has put a spotlight on Baldwin's responsibilities, not just as an actor, but also as a producer. Despite the charges, production of the movie Rust will continue. Baldwin is set to star in the lead role, a decision that has been met with controversy. This move indicates Baldwin's determination to move forward, even as he faces the possibility of a prison sentence. The prosecution's case is not without its challenges. They must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Baldwin and the film's armorer failed to follow safety procedures, leading to the tragic accident. They will also need to determine how live rounds ended up on set, a question that has puzzled investigators since the incident. On the other side of the courtroom, Baldwin's lawyers maintain their client's innocence. They argue that Baldwin was unaware of the live bullet in the gun and relied on professionals who assured him the gun was safe. They look forward to their day in court, ready to present their defense and fight for Baldwin's freedom. While the legal battle rages on, the court of public opinion has already begun deliberating. The incident has sparked a wider conversation about safety on film sets, with many asking how such a tragedy could have been prevented. As this case unfolds, it serves as a stark reminder of the importance of safety on set. The world watches as Alec Baldwin prepares for his day in court. The road ahead may be long and fraught with uncertainty, but one thing is clear. The outcome of this case will have far-reaching implications for Baldwin and for the film industry as a whole.